Hey everyone, Henry here from Baitcast Bearings. Today we have a Shimano Bantam, gear ratio 7.1. Beautiful little reel, very well made. Lots of weight to it. A little dirty, we'll clean that up for him today as well too. We have brought in 4 of these beauties, as you can see. We're going to do some bearing upgrades to all of them. And this one's having a little bit of a sound issue in it. Feels a little clunky, but let's see if we can get that fixed up as well too. Let's check out the reel. It doesn't spin too bad at all. I'm a righty, I'm a lefty, so it's a little bit harder for me to spin that, as you can tell. Let's see how it spins here. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, let's see if we can do some improvements on here and do some maintenance on this. Customers opt to have platinum bearings installed in all these, so which I totally 100% agree. When we're high-end reels, a little bit of an investment goes a long way on these reels. So let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the side panel. And remove the side panel on these reels here. You notice the back here, it does say open, which is okay right there. You can see. So we're just going to take this and spin it like so, 90 degrees. And we're just going to wiggle the plate. And it's going to come off. First bearing is located here. These Bantams do have 3 bearings in them. One's located on the side panel, the side plate, and then one's located on the spool. We're just going to see if we can wiggle the spool off, just like so. And there's your second bearing, located right there. And your third bearing is located behind this drag knob right there. So we're gonna get started with this reel and let's just see if we can dig a little deeper and see what's happening with it. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove the protective cover. Side here. Get my tools in order here. Just like so. Put that aside. So now I'm just going to tilt my camera a little bit here so you can see. There we go, that's a little better. Alright, next thing we do, we're going to remove the nut here. This is a 10mm nut. Just like so, everything's a reverse thread. Get that loose. So we can pop that off. Now again, I like to put pressure on the star drag here with my index and my middle finger. And I just unscrew that. Put that aside. Next in line. Next thing we have is the handle, like so. We can put it aside there. Now we can release the pressure a little bit on the drag star, like so. And that comes off. Pretty neat to set up on the spring washer here. It's not your typical spring. You notice it's got many different layers there. Really nice setup. Yeah, there. Pretty cool. So we're gonna put that aside as well. And next we're going to have the drag nut right here, so we're going to twist this off. Oh god, sometimes it is on there pretty good. So you can back it off by hand, there we go. I'm just going to spin that off. Just like so. So the washer on the back side of that too, so we're just going to put that down the way you found it. Then we have 2 washers you can see here that do sit opposite of each other. And that's how that typically works. So you can see that. Set up. So we're going to pull both those off. So we're going to put that down in order we found it. Okay. Now we get to the side panel. We're just going to remove the knob here. Again. Now it's going to come off like so. Just like that. We're going to put that inside. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and remove the side panel. So this particular rail here has, I believe, 3 screws. So it's going to take a screwdriver. The first screw is going to be located on the bottom. And there's going to be one located just on the inside there for you. So let's get this started and get these off. Screw as well. And it's a longer screw. It's going to go on the top there. That's how I kind of keep my order there. I don't know which way. If I put my reel like so, I notice the 2 bottom screws match it to the bottoms, top match to the top there. Alright, so we're going to flip it over. We're going to just wiggle the side plate. The side plate's going to come off just like so. For like on the back side. Doesn't look too bad. Looks in pretty good shape. Needs a little bit of a clean on the inside there. We can do that. I can see the grease is pretty dried up. Actually, there's really barely any grease in this reel here, which is kind of disturbing to me, but we're going to see. We're going to fix that. Some high quality grease in there. We're going to check that out and see what we can do. Alright, side plate. Just going to put the side plate down for now on the side. And I'm just going to work on this drag system that we have here. So first thing we're going to do, we'll go through the springs. They're jumpy, so let's want to get those out of the way. We don't have to worry about them. Just like so. Alright, next thing we have is the washer. And there's your washer right there. We're going to clean that up a little bit. Next we have your carbon tex washer right there. And it's pretty dry. I like to lube these up myself. A little smoother drag. And what we're going to do is we're going to wiggle this wheel. And we're just going to wiggle that off just like so. There's another drag washer on the back side there. So let's have a look at that. And use a little bit of cleaning. I'm just going to put that back together like so. Down. Yeah. Next thing we have is this plate here. That goes down just like so. Alright. So what I like to do is we're going to be greasing the gears. We're going to be greasing the yoke. And we're also going to be greasing the shaft here as well. And we're going to clean this up. So you see very little grease in here, which I'm kind of very disturbed on why that is. Don't know what happened there, but we're also going to grease where the mechanism engages and disengages. Right there, you can see it's a nice contact point, so I like to grease that up. So let's remove the yoke, get that out of the way, and the pinion gear as well too. Pinion gear looks okay. It is actually a little worn actually. You can see here I might have to recommend a new pinion gear for this customer. You can see the teeth are pretty worn there. Right there. So I think I'm gonna have to recommend a new pinion gear on this just to be able to get this back in tip-top shape again. But we'll worry about that in a bit. So let's go. We're gonna take the yoke off. Alright, everybody, so we're going to go ahead and just clean up some of these parts that we have here. I have some isopropyl alcohol. We're going to put the pinion gear in there. We're going to put the yoke in there as well. Everything else I think we can clean by hand. So that's pretty good. Customer takes pretty good care of his reels. Everything else looks decent shape. I'm going to clean up the shaft a little bit here. Alright, I'm going to check the side plate here. Okay, really not much grease in here. This is pretty much the extent of the grease that I have in this reel. So I'm just going to clean all that up. So, we're going to start applying some grease love this stuff. This is cow's grease. Sorry, link there, not that great is, but this stuff is fantastic. I'm just gonna grab a little paintbrush here. Let's go a little bigger, wider paintbrush here. I'm gonna grab some grease. Just like pink. So you're painting. I hate painting personally, but I enjoy doing this. All right, so we're just gonna see what this mechanism here moves up and down, which is your bail, your push button. So we're just gonna put a little light coat of grease on there, and we're also gonna put grease on the spring shafts, just so it slides like butter. Just gonna do that to both. So, yeah, a little bit of grease goes a long way. Alright, put some of the spring here too. Alright, looks good. Feels very nice, so we're going to replace that one. Put some grease on the gears here. Okay, you don't need much. Just a light coat. Alright, feels good already. Nice and smooth. I'll work that grease in a little bit. Alright, so I'm just gonna push this mechanism up. There we go. Put this layer of grease down here. And it looks pretty good. A little nicer, all greased up. There, put a little dab right here. Just because I put that mechanism up. There we go. Okay, cool. That's good. I'm just gonna put that down for now. Got a little solo cup here. These are great. Fit nicely for the reel. They don't move around, so you can put that aside. Next we're gonna take our drag and we're gonna clean this up a little bit. On the inside. We have the starter. These just rub it in my hand. Clean this off as well. Okay, that's clean. Got a beautiful carbon tex washer there. Two trains of thought. Some people like to greasy, some people don't. I personally do like to grease them. I feel that it gives you a nicer, smoother drag. Once you're fighting the fish, so that's what I'm gonna do. And to do that, all you need is just your two fingers. We're just gonna dab a little bit of grease just like that. Maybe a little less. A little like that. It's gonna rub between my fingers. And we're just gonna take the carbon tex washer, and we're just gonna coat it with a thin layer of grease. Alright, don't need much. Just enough so you can just coat it. Alright, so get it all in there. go. Alright, cool. That's all you gotta do. Just gonna wash my fingers, some alcohol. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna take the yolk. We're gonna clean the yolk off now. Again, I don't know why there wasn't that much grease applied to this reel when it first came out, so I'm just gonna clean up whatever's left in here. Okay, I'm not getting much on a Q-tip. And that should be it. For the alcohol. And we're gonna clean up the worm gear a little bit. Where it looks a lot better. Try to get in the groove. Needles up. Like so. That looks pretty good. I'm just gonna remove quite a bit of my Q-tip here. And what we're going to do is we're going to clean the inside of here. So very important to clean. This is where your spool shaft, this is where this rides on the inside. So I like to clean it. I like to kind of get the Q-tip inside that shaft. There we go. And just kind of clean it, twist it. Get all that dirt and grime. You see much dirt and grime on the inside of there. Alright, let's pull it back through if we can't. There we go. And I always love that sound. It means it's going to be squeaky clean when it comes out. Alright. Won't be able to see inside, but it's nice and clean. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. That looks good. Cool. Okay. We're back in business again. So, we still need our grease. We're going to start on the assembling of things. We'll bring our body back here. We're just going to grab the body and we're going to install everything in reverse order. Alright, so first thing we're going to put on is this washer. Like so. It's pretty easy. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our washer on top, like so. And we're going to put on our gear, like so. Beauty. And we'll also put on drag washer and top. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the yoke. We're going to grease this yoke up. I like to use a little thinner paintbrush. And we're just going to get the yoke there. Get the whole entire yoke. I just grease the whole thing up. It's going to work its way in places it wants to. So, as we'll give the opportunity to do so. Makes sense? To me it does. Okay. It's good. Again, you don't need much. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, here we go. That's it there. Okay, this is kind of like a double process. I'm just going to put this down. What we're going to do is we're going to put the yoke down. And this yoke goes this way. So this part here, this little lip right here, I don't know if you can tell or not, right there, that goes downwards. So we're going to take our worm gear. And we're just going to place it on just like so. So it kind of just sits on like that. And we're just going to place it onto the reel, the shafts there. And if it doesn't go down, so if you look at it, doesn't go down, what you're going to do is just make sure the worm gear sits inside. It's kind of one fluid motion. There we go. There we go. She sits right there. Nicely. Okay. You can see if the yoke fits in properly. See how it's seated right here. Okay. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to grease this gear. Only the sides. Don't grease the top or the bottom of it. You can do it with it off the reel. I got to the point now where I can do it on the reel. So again, just very light grease, don't need much. And then what I do is I just go around the gear. I hold it with my index finger and just apply a thin layer of grease. When I run out, so you see the difference. A little bit of grease there and no grease right there. So I'm just gonna. Alright, let me just give it a spin. Get that worked in a little bit. Alright. Alright, feels pretty good to me. Okay, we're getting there. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the side panel back on. Here, so it goes on just like so. So let's pick this up. Before we do that, put the springs back in, of course. I have myself here, so I'm gonna get the spring on. Spring on. Okay, and then we're just gonna put our side panel back on. Now there's a key in here which relates to this key on the inside there. So that key sits into this pocket right there. So it's just kind of not a big deal. You can't get it on. We just kind of spin the shaft a little bit so it goes on. Most important is trying to get these springs to go straight down. Just like so. Just gonna wiggle it until the seat's down. Again, everything fits nice and smooth. There's no forcing it. Forcing it, you're not doing it right. Wiggle. There we go. Perfect. We got our shaft down there. See, so it's seated nicely right here. That's what you want. So it's going to apply pressure. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this screw. Sorry, see this screw back in. That kind of holds everything together. And again, my 3 screws. Top one's for the top. Let's put that one back in first. Okay, so that's good. Let's put in the other 2 there. So this one's from the bottom. That's nice. Love it. Love it. We're gonna put cap back on. Again, the cap should go on nice and smooth. Can't stress this enough. If it doesn't, it's plastic and metal, and it's not good. We're gonna put our washers on. Again, they go on opposite of each other. Washer on top of that. And we have our nut. And the nut goes on nice and smooth. Sometimes you're lucky to get your first shot like I did this time. So yeah, the awesome spring system that goes on there. We got your drag. Like so. So I like to pull the drag down so it sits nice and flush. Your handle goes on top. top of that. Oh yeah. There we go. Just we're gonna tighten this down. Alright, just hold on to the handles with your thumb and your index finger and just give it torque. And then your cap just should go on top. And this whole should line up. And which it does. Put that screw back in, the keeper screw. And let's go flathead screwdriver. We're gonna put that screw back in. There we go. Oh yeah, smooth like butter. Look at that. That's a lot better. Okay, cool. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the grease away. Don't need that anymore. We are gonna change some bearings out. Fun part. Alright, let's do the cap bearing right now. So this bearing here, we're gonna again pull the retaining clip out. These ones are deep in here, so I guess require a pair of tweezers. The clip comes off. It's got a little pick. You can see there. This little pick. Let's go in there and pick the bearing out. Like so. And we have the first bearing. So this is bearing out, so she spins. Not bad. Not bad for, yeah. It spins for a stock bearing. Alright, so this one here is a 511x4. Alright, let's check out this bearing. Let's take out the seals. Yeah, these are just weather seals. You don't really need them. Oh yeah. Alright, let's put a little dab of oil on the bottom of that. The shaft rides. Let's drop the bearing down in there. Like so. Let's take our spring. Let's put our spring on the inside. Like so. And it kind of just sits in there right now, not all in. So I'm just gonna take a pair of tweezers and just gotta push it in. These are actually a lot safer to put in because they have a little shaft. You can kind of set it in there, so it's kind of cool. All right, we're gonna set that aside. Now this one here is a little bit different. You can see this bearing is on the shaft itself. So we are going to use a bearing puller to remove this. A pin to pull this. You can use a pair of pliers if you want to. There is a thinner end compared to the bigger end right there. And the tool I have is just this tool right here. This is a push the pin in it and also push the pin out. So right now it's set for pushing it in. I'm just gonna spin this out. And we're just gonna flip it around so we can push it out. Just like so. Put this on top. We're gonna line it up with a pin. So we're just gonna twist. And you can see what you're going to see is the bearing. The pin's gonna get pushed out on this side here. So you can see it's getting pushed out right there. Alright, all the way through. Back this right off. so. And here's my pin. There it is right there. Just gonna put it down. And this one here, a couple things going on, I think. We have let's see here. Yeah, we got a gasket. There's a little gasket that holds it in there, right there. We're gonna pop off. Come on. The gasket. Or the O-ring, I guess it's called. Alright, now this bearing should be able to come off the shaft, just like so. Ta-da. And this gets pushed down. That's just on the back side there. Alright, this one is a 511 by 4. Alright, do a little QC. And we're running spinning. Alright, we're gonna get that on there. Just like so. And then we're gonna put the rubbers, the O-ring on top. Use my fingers just because I'm trying to show it to you guys at the same time here. Alright, and it sits just like that. We're going to take our pin, we're going to find the bigger of the two holes, and we're going to drop that pin in, like so. You can see we just dropped the pin in there. And then we're going to take our bearing tool, our pin tool, and we're going to flip it around. See there's a little hole in there. We're going to flip it around, put it in there, twist it in. And we're just going to put our tool on top of the spool again. And we're just going to push that pin in until it just right comes on right down the middle. So I'm usually use a guess. Maybe a couple of turns there. Maybe half a turn. Alright, so you can see there it sits nicely, nice and flush. Not flush, but like nice and even on both sides. Okay, perfect. Alright, we're done. Let's put this back in. Let's clean out this shaft one more time. Clean out the end one more time. And I'm just going to put a dab of oil just on the end of that. We're going to pop our spool in like so. Make sure that's seated. There we go. And we're going to put our cap back on. Like so. And we're going to twist. There we go. We're done. So spins. Ooh. It's pretty good. Let's we can back this off a little bit. So you just want to rock the spool back and forth just so it's, see if it's too loose, the spool will move. Hear that? So we're going to tighten up just enough. Pretty good. Let's free spool it. There we go. looks pretty good actually. Okay, there you have it. A little longer than usual, but I did a full clean on it. Greased the whole entire reel up. Looks great. Feels great. Very smooth. As you can see, pre-spooling. There you go. BakeHouseBearings.com. Platinum Series bearings. Bantam. Shimano Bantam reel. Like, subscribe, comment below. Love to hear any questions you may have. Thanks for watching.